Was good.
Oh, wow. Blowing out. Okay, way too loud.
We're coming in hot and loud this week.
I'm so sorry.
Loud and hot.
Okay, you don't have to talk that loud. But
yeah.
headphones users, rip in peace. But guess what? We're back with another episode of Holes in Your Drywall.
And it's another IPP.
IPP.
Actually, it's a 4 IPP.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So, as usual, there's a lot of man meat between Erin and I, but we also have female meat for the first time.
Hey. Shh.
Yeah, no talking yet.
You're not here yet. Judas Priest, man.
I'm excited. Sorry. All right. You know what? Just play the intro music.
Play the intro music.
Holes in your drywall. Get higher, Erin.
No chasers.
No, I have to go gag.
Okay, welcome back, drywallers. I'm gonna talk a little softer because wow. But we're still figuring out technical issues after 13 holes. We're glad you're tuning in for this special 4P IPP.
Oh my gosh, get on with it already. You know what? I'm just gonna introduce our guest. So, sitting to my left is my beautiful girlfriend, Natalie Bad B. And to Erin's right is his beautiful girlfriend, Cece Gap.
That is our manager, Cece. Self-appointed.
She's our pop culture expert.
Yep.
And you guys want to just say hello to the loyal drywallers?
So
Maybe lean in a little bit?
We are allowed to talk now?
Yes, we have introduced you.
Preferably not.
Hi, I am Cece Gap at Young Squee Squee. You may follow me anywhere you
No
want.
free clout.
No free clout yet. You can do it at the end.
Free clout. I'm your manager. What do you mean? I'm a loyal drywall. I've heard every hole. I deserve this. What's happening?
I'm mixing with
Natalie, would you like to introduce yourself now?
Yeah. My name's Natalie, and that's it.
Oh my gosh, boring. Okay, so to set the mood, we are all going to take a big old shot ski right now of Tito's.
Great video.
Okay, are you all ready?
That we're not gonna do.
Yep, the audio of this is gonna be really good. Okay, clink.
Oh.
Ready, set, go. So the only person that actually had vodka in their glass was Cece. The rest of us just took water shots.
Oh my gosh.
That joke took a
wondering
week
why
of planning.
Cece's face was so...
Are
Lean
you
in.
serious?
Oh, she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That water shot was pretty harsh, though. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Wait, I actually can't tell if you're kidding.
No,
It was
the
the water was so bad I had to
Ew.
chug it with.
I was
or
like, wow,
follow it, chase
Cece's
it with
really
beer.
just going all in.
Like pretending?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Literally
I thought
like
you were-
making a face even though there's no video.
Welcome to Holes in Your Drywall. This is how me and Reed get down every week.
This is so rude because for so long, honestly still, whenever I take shots, I literally had to go to the bathroom and do it by myself because it's like a whole experience with like me gagging and stuff.
Well,
so,
you're welcome. We just conquered that fear right here on this podcast.
Yep. Everyone listening to this could see your face, so they're laughing at you.
We'll cut
Really?
that in. I don't know.
What's going on?
Future Erin, cut that.
Hey, Cece, I heard that you got here early to the studio. You want to tell us about
I
that?
heard that you're scared of Joe. I heard you're scared of Mr. Hutt.
Okay, that's not the reason. So yeah, I did get here a little bit early. I actually did stop at Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you, ad sponsored. And
No.
I'm getting paid for this.
No free clout.
And I saw that no one was here yet. And I literally pulled into a cul-de-sac. Out loud, I said, no, not this time. And I sat in this cul-de-sac.
You just
for,
matumboed
like-
yourself?
What?
You matumboed yourself?
I don't know what that means.
It's a basketball player who used to swat shots and no.
No.
Hi, that went over my head. Thank you. Know your audience. Thanks. And then I was sitting there, and then I think I got in my head about like the neighbors coming out. So I was like, you know what? Let's take a tour of the neighborhood. And of course, as soon as I'm like pulling out of your street, Erin pulls in and rolls down this window, and I'm like, I am caught.
I thought she just didn't want to be on the podcast when it was already leaving.
That reminds me of a funny story. The first time Natalie and I went on a date, I was about 10 minutes earlier to her house, so I was just driving around her neighborhood. And then when I
Really?
finally got there, she was about 4 minutes late, And then the first thing she says to me is, "You're late." I was like, sorry, I thought I was on time. And she goes, "Oh, I meant you're early." And I was like, "Oh, was I too early? Did you need more time to get
Oh my
ready?"
gosh.
Literally, I opened the door. I said, "Hi, you're late." My first words that came out.
Dang. That was like 10 years ago, wasn't it?
15,
Yeah, it was actually
15 years
15.
You guys
ago.
been married for like 20. That's what Reed's
Yeah.
been saying on the pod.
Yeah, 22, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, so you guys can get to know our new co-host, Natalie and Nini. We're gonna play. What was that wrong? We're gonna play most likely to. So, first off,
Wait,
Can I play
Is it
too?
between all of us or just me
yeah,
and
yeah, we're
Natalie?
just gonna between all of us, you know.
Okay.
Cool.
Most likely to forget to shower, Parker.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, I meant people. People
here?
Yeah.
Um,
I kind of think Natalie.
Me? I take like 2 showers every day.
That's not
Yeah.
true. but-
Yes, it
Definitely not me.
is.
I
kind
love
of-
me a good shower.
Sorry, I
Me.
forgot you.
to be honest.
You
To
dirty.
speak my truth, I would say
Stop.
Cece as well.
Just because you're sitting next to me, I showered right before this.
Most likely to get punched in the face. I'm just gonna go ahead and say me.
You think?
I'm kind of smug sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's true.
I'm a little smudge.
I would say you.
Well, okay, you're all saying me. Give some
You-
reasoning at least.
No.
I mean, I can say this because
Well, nobody's gonna punch a
out of
girl.
experience, I mean,
Oh, well,
never
okay.
know.
The
I
amount of
wanted
times
to.
I've gotten punched on accident
true.
is insane. But I feel like yours would be a little bit more egged on.
Also, I really remember when we were, for the benefit of everybody else, I went to OSU with Erin and Reed. And
Fun trip.
the best trip of my life, trip of a lifetime. I wish I could relive it every day.
Same.
But while we were there, some OSU fans were calling me and my friend Megan sluts.
Could you say that louder?
Sluts.
Well,
ASMR.
were you being?
I mean,
Did they have?
it may have been warned. No, I'm just kidding. But then Reed kind of got in a little bit of not in a fight, but he did stand up for us. So I feel like,
That's
From-
what I do.
yeah, out of that experience, he could have gotten punched in the face by a cowboy.
It's
A
true.
cowboy.
Very non-confrontational, so it's not gonna be me. I would apologize and run away.
I'm so confrontational. It's
Prove it.
insane.
Most likely to confront someone. Cece. Cece.
In a
Easy.
heartbeat.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I don't know.
What's the most uncomfortable confrontation you've ever had?
I have the best story. I feel like all of you have probably heard this. So over, I think it was Christmas break, I was at a Waltz doing karaoke. Have you heard this, Natalie?
Yeah.
I haven't.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so me and my friend Audrey, we waited all night to, sing, obviously, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Good Vibrations, because we're very proud. We know every word.
Feel the vibrations.
Feel it. Thank you. And so we get up there and we kill it. Like the whole, love that. The whole bar is filled and we are just feeling the energy. And we get done and we walk back and this random dude he looked like 30, but he was hanging out with all my 22-year-old friends, was like, "Yeah, really great job. We heard every word you said." And I was like, am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah,
You can. I won't.
Okay. Should I not?
No,
I'll
I'm just kidding.
Erin
censor
will
my-
edit it out later.
I'll censor myself.
I'm feeling lazy.
Okay, well, I'll say one curse word. I'll allow myself that, and it's coming.
Okay.
Just a spoiler
You
alert.
come on our podcast, curse for the first time.
We try to keep this family friendly,
I know.
especially when we talk about the Go Create guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go create penis.
am gonna.
Yeah, I was playing
Beg to
that
differ.
part over my speaker in my room with my mom,
That's
a room
what we
away.
like to hear.
And I was I put it down all the way.
Yeah,
the
but
volume.
Yeah.
did she laugh though? Did she get it?
Sweet Beth.
Maybe.
Sweet Beth did not deserve that.
Sweet Beth. Okay, anyway. So he's obviously being sarcastic, saying that we didn't do a good job. And I was like, "Do I know you?" I was like, "Do you you try getting up there?" And he was like, no, seriously, you did a great job. And I'm like looking at him and I stare at him square in the eye. I go, fuck you. And I turned around and my uncle was right behind me. My Uncle Todd was standing right behind me and like witnessed all of it. And
What if your pastor listens to this?
I think he wouldn't be surprised.
I'm glad that
Father
you.
Drew, if you're listening.
Father Drew's heard my confessions.
I'm glad you saved. I'm glad you saved your one curse word for the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, honestly.
So I feel like that wasn't uncomfortable, but my uncle being directly behind me didn't make it like the most ideal situation. But it's fine. It was meant to
It's
happen.
fine. I'm fine.
We're all
Everything's
fine. But not
Any-
that guy.
Any
He's
other
not
good
fine.
confrontation stories?
Anybody?
Oh, one time Natalie and I were harassed by a guy from the Catholic Center at Wichita State. So we went to the Memphis basketball game, and they saved 2 rows with their jackets, and it was like the biggest game of the year. And so I just moved his jackets over, and I sat my sweet cheeks down, and I made Natalie sit down too, and he was harassing us. I had 3 people yelling at me at the same time, and I was like, hey, they're general admission seats. And so we sat in the 8th row for Memphis, only getting there like 45 minutes early, and it was awesome. But this guy was not putting in a good word for the Catholic Student Center with the names that he was calling me.
Yeah,
But
most likely to get punched. Yeah, Reed. I believe it now.
I
In that
remember.
moment, I'm pretty sure I was texting
Yeah, I was
Cece.
just about to say, I feel like I was there because Natalie was texting me the entire time, like, you'd be so proud of us. We're confronting these people. And I was like, yes, girl.
Yeah, I'm not good at confrontation. I'm getting a little better, but that was
You
a
are.
proud moment because I was standing up for Reed.
How are you
so
with
proud.
fake laughing? Because Reed is still working on it.
You know, I would like to think that I'm a polite fake laugher. Reed could use some work. I'm so glad
Believe me,
other
I
people
know.
are starting to notice it, so we can all
I
start.
think
peer
it's funny
pressuring
that
him.
you want me to be fake.
It's more so just a self-esteem thing for other people.
Yeah.
When they say something that you don't think is funny.
Well, if you
As a
guys were
co-host.
funnier, you wouldn't have to worry about
Shut
this.
your damn mouth.
I think you just laugh in your mind, but sometimes you just don't express it.
Yeah, oh my gosh. We were I don't remember what joke I told you, but I
I am
told
visually rolling my eyes.
okay, I told him a joke about what was it?
Obviously, it wasn't that funny if you can't remember it.
Okay,
Oh
I
my
can't
God,
remember.
you're
but
being mean.
I told him a joke and he just like looked over at me and kind of ignored it, and I was like, "Hey, it wasn't funny." And then I was listening to the podcast and he used my joke, and we were actually listening to it together, and I was like,
Which joke?
I don't remember. It was the last
Because
episode.
it's not real. She's making this up.
Reed's the type
yeah.
to just say LOL in a text, which is not even laughing or anything. But you do it in real life too.
No. I
Yeah.
say LQTMS. We've been over this.
He sends me a lot of like cry laugh
You did
face
send that, didn't you?
emojis, and now I'm like, are they
Didn't you
actually
send that this week?
real?
No, Clap
I never
sent
know.
LQTMS after he heard me talking about it on this freaking
I
podcast.
totally had no idea what that
Influencing.
meant.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Laughing quietly to myself.
They talked about it. You guys talked about
You
it.
guys act
They
like
talked about it. You're talking about it now.
Wait.
We talked about
breaking
it.
the fourth wall.
Me out. That's so funny. I do a lot of like exhaling through my nose, like like laughing,
That's pretty much LQTMSing.
That's pretty much ruffling.
basically. If you don't
but
think
Reed
about
doesn't
it.
even do that. He just looks at you.
Sometimes he'll smile.
He just
It's
like
funny.
maybe
I
just-
laugh.
It takes him a while to process it. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
maybe that's it.
Slow burns don't get Reed.
That is not true.
You still looking up most likely to? I thought we passed that.
I
segment.
am most likely to own a zoo.
Ooh.
Me.
What kind of zoo?
I feel like you're picking the ones you want us to say are you.
Most likely to,
Blonde hair.
most likely to fall asleep during class. Me. I did it all the time.
I
in
would
high
have
school.
to say Blake.
Yeah, our friend Blake Christopherson would actually sleep all the time in college classes, which it's like, dude, you go to 2 classes a day. You can't be awake for that.
Here's the thing too. I had classes with him, and they're not big like lecture hall classes. He would fall asleep in like a high school classroom setting, and it's like one of those like he's 3rd row and just
hey, you gotta respect it. I mean,
Most likely to fall in love with their teacher in college. I'm gonna go Cece.
Cece.
I got asked
Yeah.
out by one of my teachers.
oh wait, yeah.
So we're on the right track. Do tell, please.
Okay. hopefully he doesn't hear this. We do follow each other on Instagram.
Well, hopefully he does hear this and asks you out again.
So it was actually kind of weird because I had him. He was like my first teacher, like first class freshman year. But he was only like, I think like 26 at the time, and he was Irish, so he had an accent. And at the time I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. But then I was like also like 18 and like, whatever. So fast forward 2 years, I saw, it was Fake Patty's Day. It was junior year.
Okay.
And it was on Fake Patty's Day. And
So he's
I was
28?
I don't know. I honestly, the 26 was a guess. He could have
Okay.
been younger. I don't know. But I was in Jimmy John's where all romantic encounters start. And he's
Shout
like,
out John'em.
Every kiss begins with J.
and so I'm standing there about to order, and I turn around and it's him, and I had heard he was like moving, and he was like, Cece, let's get together. Like, I'm moving to Virginia in 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah, like you, me, Carter, Lexi, Carter Fritzy, you guys know. Let's get together, like, as a goodbye. He's like, I've never done this before. And I was like, what? And he was like, I've never asked out a student like this before. I was like, excuse me? What are you doing? Excuse me. And I was like, okay. And he was like, so if I message you, like, will you respond? And I was like, what are you talking? Okay, yeah, I'll respond, like, whatever. And then he like literally messaged me at like 3 a.m. that night, and I was like, oh, okay.
This is how it's gonna be.
Oh,
I like
Fake
that he
Patties.
needed the security of knowing that you were gonna respond. Like he didn't just
Yeah.
shoot a shot. He was like, "So you're gonna respond,
Yeah,
right?"
and then I did respond, and it was saying no.
So he's listening right now, probably.
You're still cool.
Yeah, we still like
We're
you.
still friends.
Thanks for
Speaking,
being a loyal babe.
yeah, loyal babes. Speaking of Jimmy John's, I have a story. So one of our beloved friends, his name is.
Should we put it out there?
Oh yeah, this
If
is
you know, you
incriminating.
know.
So if you know, you know. So we used to live right next to a Jimmy John's. It was almost in eyesight. If you didn't have to turn a corner, it would be in eyesight. So maybe 0.2 miles away. So our friend went to Jimmy John's because he was hungry and it was for lunch, and he got a gargantuan, which if you know anything about Jimmy John's, there's like 6 meats on that bad boy. And on his way home, as he was driving, he unwraps the sandwich, and as he's looking down to unwrap the sandwich, rear ends someone and totals his Honda Accord, which was formerly my Honda Accord and formerly my brother's Honda Accord.
0.2 miles.
Couldn't wait 0.2 miles to eat the garg.
We know you're listening.
We love you.
We love you. Thank you for allowing us to tell that story.
Thank you for that content.
Yeah.
Jimmy John's sponsor us.
No.
I'm your brand manager.
No
I
more.
have to think like this.
Notice that nobody's reached out to us, though. That's the thing.
Are you firing me?
I'm not firing you. I'm just,
We've
not
actually
questioning.
lost money on this podcast, so if you could,
Yeah. Actually, I have. So
yeah, well,
not
that's
my
true.
problem.
nobody's gotten paid.
To be fair,
Somehow, not
Erin
my
has
problem.
lost money. I haven't spent any money. Erin has done all the work.
Here's the thing. Reed's not getting paid. It's because of you.
The way you're looking me in my eyes is really freaking me out.
It's an audio thing. They can't hear it.
For all those babes out there, we're staring right into your eyes, right into your soul, and I want you to think about that when we talk about this next thing.
Okay.
What are we talking about next?
I don't know. I was hoping that we'd have something good, since they have that nice visual. We could talk about Yeezy Gap. So for those of you that don't know, Gap just hired Yeezy with a 10-year deal. Currently, Gap does $4.6 billion a year in sales, and they're hoping Yeezy Gap, they're a new subdivision, ran by Kanye West, of course, the god, the myth, the legend, my favorite musical artist. They're hoping that he will do $1 billion in sales just off his branch alone. I think it's feasible because his shoes do about $1.3 billion. What do you guys think? Are you excited?
So did he take everything off Adidas? Because he was with Adidas, right?
All of his Adidas stuff were just shoes, and all of his clothes were just Yeezy brand.
But now he's official Yeezy Gap.
Yep, he said he wants to be the Steve Jobs of Gap. And I heard a really good Steve Jobs quote the other day. This is for the more intellectual babes out there like Matt Bailey and Meg Clapp. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, worked for Steve Jobs, and Steve wanted to go through with a product, and it didn't align with the research. And Kevin said, Steve, what about the research? And Steve said, F the research. I tell the people what they want. And he was so right. And that's basically what we do here. You think you know what segments you want to hear from us, but we freaking tell you.
The way you're pointing at the computer, like you're actually talking to them.
Very aggressive.
I told them that I'm looking them in the eyes during this part. Anyways, Yeezy Gap, what are your guys' thoughts? What are you excited about? Natalie, I'm going to let you go first because I keep interrupting you.
You know,
And because she's cuter than Erin.
I like that you just interrupted me again.
Yeah, we'll cut that part out.
Hey, easy guest, easy.
I'm pretty excited. I feel like, I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts about this. We already kind of talked
We bring
about
you
this.
on to the podcast and you don't have any thoughts about our
I haven't
one
heard- tell me.
subject.
And the
I
fact that
heard.
we already talked about this should mean that you know what to say.
Whoa.
The condescending tone. I'm here to fight for my friend.
Thanks, Cece.
Erin, do you wanna cut this and just do it with us again?
No, I'm feeling pretty lazy this week.
Okay.
Plus, people said we need more guests, and they said two things: more guests and more guests,
and more testosterone.
and more funny.
Okay.
I think something went
So,
wrong.
There's
Okay.
a lot.
Well, I can go if you want to collect your
Yeah,
thoughts.
you know, you can go ahead. I'm sorry. Just,
Well, if you want to figure out what you're gonna say.
yeah, well,
Or if
Go
you
ahead.
just want to talk to me, because I don't know what you think, just talk to me.
Erin, please go.
Well, I'm
What
interested
is
because I love me some Gap. They were the only jeans that fit me for like 2 years.
Big thighs.
Yeah.
He's
got this
dancing. Like.
weird. I got these long dancers.
No, you don't. I
Stop
have the-
interrupting me.
I have the long dancer's legs. You have the voluptuous cake
You know what?
with icing.
Natalie's right. You interrupt all the time, and I'm just now realizing this.
Okay.
It's because I'm the
well,
most important
Why can't
voice
one person have
on this
both?
pod.
Why not? Why not
Why
both?
not both? It's 2020.
Because he has short, stumpy legs that are beautiful, and we love them for what they are, but they're not long dancer's legs.
I
Cece.
think Gap with Yeezy is gonna be interesting. Depends on how much the price is. I'd love to wear some, but that all depends on where the price is and how they actually turn out. Because if they're cheap Gap stuff, Erin doesn't want to wear that, and that's where I stand right now.
Preach.
I feel like a part of the clout of Yeezy is because it's so unattainable. Because it
Unattainable.
sells out so fast.
That's fair.
You
Yeah,
know?
Kanye has for a long time said that it is his goal to make Yeezy for the masses and make it more affordable.
Oh, so fast fashion?
No,
So Gap. So Gap.
I'm just kidding.
but I agree. Yeezy is in hot demand because the supply is so low. You can see that from how much the price gains on the second market. But Cece, you had a good point about Yeezy Gap that I would like you to expand upon now.
Hopefully it's what you have in mind, because we talked a lot about it. But
Yes.
She shakes.
oh,
You son of a.
Good girl, Mellie. Keep scratching yourself. You earned it. Yep. So Cece
Oh.
said something about earth tones that I thought was a good take.
okay. Thank you for the prompt. Well, actually, what I was gonna say earlier was, I feel like what he's gonna make isn't gonna be like the Yeezy collections that he makes. Those are gonna. I feel like they're gonna be completely different than what he makes for Gap. It's just gonna be like Gap with the Yeezy twist. So
Mhm.
I immediately when I saw the when I saw that he was collaborating with Gap, I envisioned like the classic Gap sweatshirts, but like
the ones that just say Gap.
yeah, but with
Classic.
but no, you're not letting me finish. With like earth tones, you know how like Yeezy's all earth tones. Like imagine just like a beige/tan Gap sweatshirt.
Yeah, he definitely won't be able to make a $200 ripped T-shirt with Gap. That just won't fly.
There's a lot going on if you can't tell.
Oh, another one.
So you guys know what's going on. Mellie was down here and she was scratching herself because she's a good girl, and then Natalie
That's worse.
closed off her stair gate thing, so she's stuck on the stairs right now and she's staring at us.
She's whining too.
Also, her collar's making a lot of noise right now because I learned how to make a dog tag machine. Everyone, give me a round of applause.
Oh, yay, Reed, for learning something.
Yeah, so this dog tag machine's from like the 60s, and it's like a typewriter, but it pounds it so hard. Every time you hit a letter, it just bam, bam. And it's really cool. And yeah, I made Mellie a dog tag.
That's hot.
This is the problem with in-person pods. You never know what's gonna happen with the dogs.
Or
I
with
mean-
Erin's thighs, sometimes they get real sweaty.
That's fair.
I was
That's
listening
fine.
to
Wilson's cool.
Sorry, I was listening to Office Ladies from this week, and fully, like, one of the kids in the middle of the podcast starts yelling because it was Jenna Fisher's kid, because this cat like caught a bird and was like about to kill this bird in the middle of the podcast, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have to take a break in the middle of the pod. So I feel like that's pretty dramatic. Anything that happens here will be fine.
Yeah, no, the worst that ever happened was I had to walk all the way outside while holding my laptop because Mellie was being a hussy.
Yeah, and you could hear it in the background. And, you know, as the audio engineer of this podcast, it's really hard to get that stuff out of the pod when you're talking.
Okay, well, now I think you're a hussy.
Okay, well, I don't know what that means, so
Does anyone here know what hussy means?
Like a salute.
I do know what it means. I just wanted to
It's an immoral woman, a.k.a. Erin, a.k.a. all you babes out there listening, you bunch of hussies. Holes in your hussies.
Ew.
Whoa.
I-
Oh, okay.
Maybe let's
Maybe hussies in your drywall.
Aaron, please
There we
cut
go.
that.
Like I said, we don't do any cutting here, actually, so
He never actually cuts anything, that's true.
I think about it. But, hey, so summer fashion, what was the question on the notes? I don't want to look it up.
I think you just wrote summer fashion.
Well, that was last week. We were supposed to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
But then you put...
One question I had was, this is for Squee and Nat. What is your ideal outfit for a man to be wearing without describing something Harry Styles has worn recently? Because I know that's immediately where your mind went.
corduroys, Vans.
I was just gonna say, I recently saw a photo of Timothy Chalamet wearing a lilac crew cut top.
I don't know what that means.
I saw a photo of Niall Horan wearing these lilac pants.
Okay,
Lilac
no One
is
Direction
so-
people here. I shouldn't have even asked
I'm
this.
going to actually cut this. I will.
No.
So you think that Timothy Chalamet is in One Direction?
Stop describing celebrities and just say what you like and what you want your man to be wearing.
So if you guys were
Okay.
going on a date, if you and Reed or
What's-
some other boy, I don't know, were
If
going on
you're
a date,
going on a first date with someone,
What's the date? Tell me where we're going. Like,
oh gosh.
if we're going to dinner, it's gonna be something different than like the drive-in.
Reed's actually making date plans.
So imagine you're going to one of your say your cousins who you're really close with. Your cousin's dad has a really good band.
You're going
you
to
guys-
Red Robin.
No, you're going to your cousin's bougie backyard. It's $1 million house. And their band is playing in the backyard, and people are dancing a little bit, having a little fun, having a couple Bud Light limmies.
Are you describing the backyard bash?
I'm describing something very similar to the backyard bash.
Oh, but it's our cousin.
It's someone's cousin.
Never been.
First date. Imagine it's a cool 78 degrees out. Go.
Cool.
I honestly don't really think about like men's fashion very much. It's hard
Okay,
for me to conceptualize, but
Well, I'm asking you to think about it right now.
What if it wasn't a first date? What if it was just someone that caught my eye on the street?
That
What would
that
I-
That's a
could
good-
work. Well,
that's a good prompt.
well, okay.
This is so
If they-
long-winded.
If they caught your eye on the street, it could be a good or bad thing. You have to be able to at least imagine yourself with this person. It can't be too out there to be like, I wouldn't date them, but they look good. So that outfit is exactly what I'm talking about. Go.
I feel like if I saw someone that was like, oh, they probably thrifted that, but like in a good way,
I was thinking
then
the exact same thing.
like you have to have a good mix of like thrifted vintage vibe, but also, I mean, I don't really know how to explain.
I need some.
my God, literally the exact same thing. What?
So some specifics.
Say it.
What shoes? Is it jeans? Is it shorts? Is it a
Doing
thrifted Harley Davidson
White
T-shirt?
shoes? Are we doing...
Some selvage denim.
I
Oh,
see some.
Are we
Chill,
doing some
chill.
Osiris shoes?
Some thick DC boys. Elaborate, ladies. Come on.
I
we
like some
we need the
short-
nitty gritty.
I want some shorts. I want them to be short shorts, but not,
5 inches.
I don't know.
What material are we talking? Jorts, khakis, navy, plaid, cargos?
Not cargos.
I feel like, well, you go ahead.
Maybe jorts, maybe khakis, maybe navy. It depends on the top. I see the top of, actually in my head, thrifted, like a cool polo or maybe like a short sleeve button down that has like a cool pattern to it. And it would obviously go with the shorts. And then for shoes, maybe Birkenstocks. Who knows?
Be right back.
Or
I'm
maybe
gonna go
white
change.
Yeah.
Or
Birks
some
are in.
white shoes, or like white sneakers.
Yeah.
Maybe a cool hat.
Fedora?
Like
a
a base-
fedora.
Like a
A
vintage
beret.
baseball hat.
Mm-hmm.
Like an army
I also
beret?
feel like it's a lot about like how you carry yourself. If
Yeah,
you can pull it off,
it's true.
pull it off. I don't know.
Speak softly and carry a big stick. That's what I always say. It's actually a Theodore Roosevelt quote. So.
You know who needs styling tips?
Who?
Clap. Excuse me?
No, he doesn't. He's perfect how he
Clap
is.
needs styling tips. You know,
No, he doesn't. He looks good.
complained to me today. He's like, hey, I got 4 more weeks for my class, and then you guys won't have anything else to talk about. He's like, you guys haven't brought me up in a while. It's like he likes hearing that he hasn't graduated college yet.
Well, that one class that has prevented him from graduating
3 hours.
for over a year is 3 hours long, totally online, and I gave him every assignment that he needs for that class. So he literally doesn't have to do anything. We love you, Clap. I'm
No.
sorry. We like roasting you. Meg,
likes-
if you're listening to this, close your ears.
Yeah. Don't listen to us make fun of your husband for not graduating college after a year.
You know what I was thinking of? Megan Clapham, shortened step. Meg Clap, which is really fun to say. Meg Clap.
Because it's both of them, too.
Meg Clap.
Meg Clap?
Mrs. Meg Clap.
Mrs. Clapham?
Imagine if you had any listeners that weren't your friends. This would make no sense.
Well, usually I try to explain things, but we gave up on this pod.
Well, usually the people that listen to us know who we are
Yeah.
and know our friends.
That's
and
the point
That's
that
what
she
I
just
just
made,
said.
Erin.
Exactly. So that's why we're not explaining it.
Okay.
We're also 13 holes in, and I don't know who Clap is. Go
But
listen
that's
to.
why I said imagine.
I'm not doing one of these Imagine TikToks. This ain't the POV.
Well, if we had those listeners, we would.
We want
Do
to
a
thank
different
you.
approach.
We want to thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you, outside babes.
Yeah.
Can you tweet them if you don't know, like if you haven't listened before this?
We
if you're
tried
new?
this. It doesn't work. They don't tweet.
Do you have a holes in your drywall like
Yeah, if you
Twitter?
If you
No, we don't. But we
Would
had
Bob
a
make one?
we had
something
a
our manager should do.
we had a deal for a full week. If you tweet at us, Erin will kiss you, and no
That's
one
why-
other than you responded.
I actively did not tweet.
How much facial hair on a man is the right amount of facial hair?
Depends on the man, I guess.
Okay.
Just a little bit of stubble.
You're looking
is
right at
perfect.
me.
I'm like, what is?
How do you
what
guys
does
feel
Reed have
about
right now?
blonde facial hair? Isn't it kind of like a joke for people?
It's the best. I love blonde facial hair.
Most likely to fall in love with a werewolf. Cece.
Are you referring to? what are you
I
referring
wasn't
to?
listening. I'll be honest. So, we're gonna have some relationship advice from it's a place called Reddit.
I am so over you making this joke.
not a
Everyone
joke.
knows you love Reddit. You
I-
can just
Never been on that website before. Can you explain?
son of a bee.
I thought it was
So it
funny.
says my, and then 23F boyfriend, 25 male, has stopped showering during lockdown and for the past 2 months has only been spraying himself with Febreze.
2 months.
2 months.
Disgusting.
It's pretty long, but I don't want to go too far.
Just give
into
us the TLDR.
do you know what that means?
Too long, didn't read. That is
You didn't read what it meant, or what?
I don't. It took too long for you to explain that. I didn't read into it.
Well, it's kind of the same thing in the TLDR. My boyfriend refuses to shower during lockdown and just has been spraying Febreze on himself every day. I find it very smelly and don't like it.
So we're supposed to give her advice.
Do you
Yes.
think? How would you bring it up? Like, hey, you stink,
If
or
you're
just like hide the Febreze?
if you're living with your boyfriend, you probably should be able to tell him that he smells bad.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty.
I would probably say use deodorant, not actual Febreze, because Febreze is kind
Erin,
of
I feel like you would just hide the Febreze.
You would. You
Just
wouldn't
not
say
say
that
anything.
really went through my brain when I was thinking about it earlier. yeah, that's their relationship advice. And
So glad you came to me, who has not dated anyone in 4 years.
what we got next?
So we got a really fun podcast topic called Male versus Female Crime. I'm going to bring up a crime, and the three of you will try to decide if a male did it or a female did it. How are you feeling about this segment?
Sounds pretty sexist. I'm game.
As a feminist?
Just kidding.
Okay, so a Florida person robbed someone's house, stole their jewelry, and then tried pawning it off at the pawn shop managed by the person's house that they broke into. Was it a male or a female?
Sounds like a male, I'll be honest. They're dumb enough to go back. Also, Florida, that's such a wild card. Because, like, it could be a
anyone.
gator.
Oh, right. I think female.
I'm gonna go with half and half.
Oh,
That's
trans.
so-
a trans.
We'll just ride the line here.
I think that's very open-minded of you.
Yeah.
I would prefer it if you
During
picked.
during Pride Month.
I'm trying to be inclusive.
So it was a male.
Yes.
I thought the fact that he stole jewelry would throw you off, but it didn't.
Nope, Florida.
Okay, so this person terrorized an 8-year-old over potato chips. Yeah, that's all we need to know about that. Male or female?
You can definitely hear that in the background. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say female.
Terrorized an 8-year-old over potato chips. Blake
I feel
Christopherson.
like
Whoa,
I'm just kidding.
jeez.
I
Throwing
feel
some
like
shade.
female. I'm gonna say
I'm just
female.
He'd be mad if he listened to this.
Natalie, male or female?
Girls get hangry.
Yeah, I'll go with female.
That was a male.
Okay, boys get hangry too.
This person, also from Florida, tried to break into jail to visit some of their friends. Male or female?
Me and Cece.
Ma-
So female.
Female.
I'm going to go with male because sounds like something a male would do.
That is so
We just
funny.
wanted to have a me night with some charcuterie
I missed all my friends
and
in
a limoncello
jail.
spritzer.
Okay.
That was actually a male, too.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm feeling that you are discriminating against females
Why?
because he
Because
hasn't
they're
said
not
a
making
female
any
one
dumb
yet.
crimes.
Or has he? Was it no?
Another Florida person bit someone's ear off over a cigarette. Male or female?
Ew.
Did you just do Florida crimes?
Yes.
Should we all look up our Florida birthday? You know, like on December 23rd, like what the crime was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm going to say male.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
What they bit a person? I say male.
It's Florida. You could literally just say anything and it's somewhat right.
Natalie?
I don't. Male.
You weren't listening at all. You just came up with a gender there.
Ooh.
You're right.
It was
I'm looking up the Florida news for my birthday.
it was a male who bit someone's ear off for a cigarette, and I gotta say, I understand it.
Mike Tyson.
Ooh.
Okay, I got my crime on my birthday, which was December 23rd. Florida man arrested for passing out marijuana, quote unquote, because it was Christmas.
Yeah,
That's pretty
sounds about
cute.
Florida.
He looks fun.
I thought it was legal to pass it out. I thought you didn't need a license if you weren't charging.
Honestly?
Mine was wet willy attack puts Florida man in jail.
Wet Willie?
Yep.
Those are the
Like-
worst.
This guy was
Forget it.
in possession of 45 grams of marijuana and had a hidden sword in his cane.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Loves
All
it.
right.
You guys are not.
I'm not looking mine up
reacting.
because I don't want to know.
Yeah, well, we're just about near the end, so I think we should introduce
Today I learned.
everybody. Oh, frick.
I don't have one.
Oh, well,
I didn't
today
learn
I learned
anything.
nothing. Actually, I learned.
Nope. My segment.
That's true. Everybody's favorite segment, overrated, underrated. It is the part of the podcast where I bring up a subject and Erin tells me if it's overrated or underrated. It's everyone's favorite subject because it's the only segment with a name. Golly,
Seltzers.
I've literally never done that right. Seltzers, overrated, underrated.
How do the ladies feel about seltzers?
I love me a good seltzer,
Overrated.
but they are overrated.
I don't like them.
Harry Styles, overrated.
Overrated.
Oh
Well, it's hard because if you like the thing, I can still think it's overrated. I mean, I think that everybody likes Harry Styles.
Yeah.
I don't think he's underrated.
No. But I don't think that people are like hyping him up too much. But I am annoyed now that everybody likes him because I've been devoted for 10 years.
I think
Screw
you
off.
are hyping him up too much.
Are you on crack?
I wish you could see the way she just looked at me. Yes, sometimes I think you pray to him at night.
I do have a prayer candle with his face on the body of Jesus Christ.
So overrated.
Oh my gosh. It is on her bedside
It is
table.
sacrilegious. I've never lit it because I felt like that would be a straight one-way trip to hell.
Whoa.
But so whoa.
So tell me if I'm wrong here, ladies. And I don't want you to be offended, but I do have a playlist called Easy Strat Music, and it's for women, and it has a lot of Harry Styles and like throwback T-Pain and Chris Brown and stuff like that. And every time I've played it, the ladies get excited.
So
Why would I be offended?
Because I just thought it was kind of stereotypical that I just put the easiest stuff you could think of on there.
I'm offended.
I'm not offended.
I feel really awkward that I brought this up.
even
But I've also
So
never
overrated.
heard this
It's
playlist.
overrated.
So, which girls are you playing this
Yeah,
for? 'Cause-
Oh.
who's getting excited?
You
yeah,
have,
who's getting all excited about
you have
this?
heard it because I created it at your house one night when I was just playing absolute fire on the aux.
I don't like
The Valentine's Day party?
Yep, it was a Valentine's Day date party, and I was just playing the easiest music I could think of.
Okay.
Was
Here's
I there?
what to say.
Yeah, Erin was there.
I'm getting mad. Okay, Harry Styles was literally asked this in an interview.
Stop. Oh, dear. Stop.
No.
No.
Listen,
No.
because people
No.
like no, Erin, you better shush.
I regret this. I'm cutting this.
Okay, go ahead. I'm still gonna talk.
Let her get on her
People-
hot box.
No. Okay, so
Or her
people
high chair.
literally have brought up Harry Styles, like they're like degrading the fact that like most of his fans are girls. It's like, what's it matter if the most are like these teen girls? We still have taste. We like what's popular. We like what's good. Like, what's the matter with that?
No, here's the
Jesus.
thing. I like
Don't. You're about to make me really. cuss
I
at
like
you.
Harry Styles' music, especially his last two albums. I really do like, but it's just like the most simple pop music that you would make to try to blow up and be famous. You know, it's the most.
Cece, you sounded,
Yeah, that's exactly why he released a 6-minute ballad as his first song.
you
solo.
sounded like a
dumb.
you sounded like a K-pop. You
Wish
sound
I
like a
could have
K-pop
gotten a
stand
video.
defending him right there.
Oh, she's a stan.
K-pop
I am.
stand.
Cece actually taught me what a stan is. It's
I
a
did.
stupid fan, right?
Stalker fan.
Oh,
Opposites
stalker
did
fan.
not
Got it
teach
right.
you well.
How do you guys feel about K-pop? Overrated, underrated?
Scary.
So underrated. Hashtag Kpop for life. I'm a Kpop babe.
Honestly, yeah, we gotta say that so we don't get canceled.
I was
from
gonna
K-pop.
say, if you say anything bad about them, they'll fight
K-pop
you.
Twitter, K-pop Twitter is relentless. They will come at you with gifts you don't even know about.
Do you guys know Anonymous?
Yeah,
Like
how they said TikTok was.
Yeah. This is something different. So Anonymous tweeted from their account. They're like, please stop DMing us nudes. Like, it's making us really uncomfortable or something like this. And then a K-pop fan made like an edit of Anonymous that said, stop being so cute then, or something like that. And that was so funny.
Do you guys remember Yik Yak?
Yes.
Yes.
Yik Yak was hot in high school. Yik Yak was an app where you could just anonymously post things, and it sorted it by area. So you'd see the Yik Yaks that were made in that area. It was very toxic for most high schools, but my Yik Yaks were pretty fun.
The yik yaks you got about yourself, you mean?
No, the ones that I posted.
Oh, I thought you were saying all the yik yaks written about me were really good. But I know it was really toxic for a lot of other people. But I had a great
Dude, I
experience.
remember there was like I was on it for like a month or something at the first of college, and right by the sororities where there's a light and you can walk across.
Yeah.
I used to press it and then like just walk across myself because that was before I didn't care. about
Erin was in
getting hit.
lonely hours.
Yeah. But I remember there was a yik yak that was like, screw the people that press the light to walk across only for themselves. I thought it was about me. So I was like, oh, wow, I'm deleting this app. I felt really bad. So then I just started running across.
That's good.
Well, on that note, would you guys like to share your song of the week?
I'll be honest, I don't have one this week.
I have one. we're gonna do a new thing where we play like 5 seconds of the song. And so my song of the week is Celebration Station by Lil Uzi Vert. And here are the 5 seconds. Yeah. Uzi Vert.
And good.
So if someone else wants to share their song of the week, that was Celebration Station by Lil Uzi Vert, who I described earlier today as an angsty Travis Scott, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Mellie, do you have
Oh
one?
no. Yeah, I have mine. Wait.
Oh, I already know what Natalie's is, and I really love this song.
Wait, when do I start playing it?
You can just
Just
say
well,
what
you
it
should
is.
Say the, yeah. Then.
Oh, okay, great. It's called Together by Layup. And
And one.
here it is.
Ooh.
I feel like that's a good lake song.
For
It's
sure.
like an upbeat,
Yep.
happy song.
This is kind of the vibe of the pod right here. Everyone's
And
all happy and
I feel like we
bobbing.
should end this song with it kind of in the background. Okay.
Cece, you play your song, and then maybe we'll end to this song since
We're gonna
it's
have
so great.
Yeah, we're gonna have a long pod this week, but it's worth it for
46 minutes, you know. This
4
was
PIPP.
this was for the female listeners. We thought we would bring some females on here to listen to us talk,
All
so we could
6 of
interrupt them.
Can I say that I was the one?
If it's a
in
Harry Styles
previous,
song-
no, it's not. In previous podcasts, that they talked about leaving the birthday party to go to Colorado, just in case anybody's wondering.
Yeah, that's true.
A good callback.
Wasn't me.
Okay, my song is "Hello, Hello, Hello"
By Harry Styles.
by Rami Wolf.
I was gonna do a song by Remy Wolf.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
me
gosh.
too. Rainy Wolf. Oh.
This is the song I listen to while I'm running by K96. Okay.
Oh, that's fun. Sounds French.
It's a summer song.
Sounds fun. Yeah. You know, this is upbeat too. We can just leave to this.
Okay.
Shout out to all the loyal babes, all the drywallers out there. We'd like to thank you for joining us for this 4PIPP.
Yeah. This is fun. You know, we're bringing guests on. We don't know when we're actually
Yeah.
bringing more guests on.
Remember when we made Cece do a shot earlier? That was
That was-
crazy.
I can't believe that happened, to be honest.
You know, the water shot really hit me. I think I have to use the bathroom. Not sure, but
I think that's the reason why I got so heated about Harry Styles.
um,
That was
A
the
little
final
drunk, a
straw.
little cranky.
you guys want to do a?
I mixed an upper with a downer, my iced
you have-
coffee.
Do you have any shout outs to give before we leave?
Shout outs?
I don't know if you want to.
Ooh, I have a shout out.
Instagram, stuff like
Shout
that.
out to Natalie and Cece for literally drinking lattes at 10 o'clock at night so we could record this. They're not going to be able to sleep all night, but they did it for you, babes.
You loyal
is true.
drywallers.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dunkin' Donuts. Thanks for running out of iced coffee. Okay, yeah, I guess follow me on Twitter. No, don't do that. But it's all Harry Styles retweets. Follow me on Instagram at Young Squee Squee or TikTok. I make one TikTok every 6 months.
I don't have a TikTok and I don't really like social media, so please don't follow me. Okay.
Well, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. I'm trying to hit 10 mil by the end of the year. I'm pretty close.
Follow me on Instagram at Jeff. That is Jeff. Jeff.
Okay.
I can't believe we didn't talk about
And-
the Vlog Squad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of them. Good
Oh.
pod.
Good pod.
Good pod.